kindergarten. Welcome back to CWM University, and today we're going to go inside the classroom and interview real people with real experiences. Come on. Yeah, you. Come on. I said, come on. Welcome back to this episode of Inside the Classroom. Today we have Nisa with us. She is a kindergarten assistant teacher, and we're going to get her perspective on inside the classroom. So Nisa, let the viewers get to know you a little bit more. Let us know what grades you have taught and subject.
I started off in pre-K, then I went to first grade, then I went back down to kindergarten. So now for the past 3 years, I've been in kindergarten. We do phonics, we do reading, we do a little bit of science. So every subject just about in the lower grades that we do every day.
So you've done kindergarten, pre-K, and first grade. Which grade do you currently prefer and why?
I would say kindergarten, because kindergarten you can still have fun, but also teaching them the basics, because you can learn your ABCs, turn into a song and make it fun. I can still be playful, but teaching them the route they need to go when they go into the next step.
Little do the people know, Nisa is a singer. So do you make up your own songs, or are you trying to pull them from YouTube? How you get the songs for the kids?
We do about both, because the teacher that we work with, we're always pulling a song out the sky and just making up a song, because I tell the kids to write their name. So we always write your name, write your name. You know, Destiny's Child.
Told you. So when you think about what led you to education, why did you become an educator?
First off, I didn't want to be
Hey, it happens.
When I first went to college, I was studying criminal justice. I wanted to be Olivia Benson. But later, I played tennis when I was in school, so I wanted to do PE or coaching or some sort. This was kind of led me into the door first. So I was like, I could be a teacher and then be a coach on the side. I actually met a lady in one of my jobs one day, and she was like, come sub and just see if you like it. I subbed for about a year, and then after that, I went to another school and they actually hired me on. And so, like I said, this is my 5th year teaching, and I fell in love with it. I wanted to do high school because I wanted to do coaching the higher grades. But then when I got with the preschool and I got with the smaller babies, I was like, this is where I need to be. This is where I'm staying.
So that's interesting. So subbing, what did you start off subbing? Like, what grades did you do? Did you do everybody, or what you did?
I actually did high school.
High school subbing.
Yeah, I was high school subbing.
Okay.
And I did that for maybe about a month. The principal was like, hey, we need a long-term sub. And it was actually in the pre-K inside of the high school. So the teacher was going out on maternity leave, and they was like, would you be willing to do this? And I was like, well, because I worked at summer camp too. That's another topic. But I worked at the summer camp, and so I was like, I can do with the babies. And I fell in love with that. That's how I became pre-K in elementary school.
That's interesting. You kind of went around the world, but brought you to what you love. That's a good way to find it. Routines. I never taught below 4th grade. So how do you get kindergartners to arrive where they're supposed to be at, transition in between activities during the day, and then get home on the right bus, right car, right pathway to walk home? How do you handle that?
School first started, we have name tag. Really, we do repetition. So they come in, taking their book bags off, put them in their cubbies. We take out our folders. I check folders. They go to the table, do their morning work. So that's just plain and simple, something nice and easy that they can learn how to do when they first get
And that's
there.
consistent. I do this
every single. Only time we'll make changes on a Friday, we'll get morning bins out there, have manipulatives, and just they can play. But Monday through Thursday is the same things, because kindergarten need repetition. And then transition throughout the day, we'll go back to the carpet. We'll go to the carpet, sing a song, or we'll talk about what's about to go next. And we'll have centers. So centers is when we go to the tables, me and the other teacher will have math, we'll have some kind of phonics, or we'll have some kind of craft on our table where they go do that. But like I said, we'll go to the carpet and do a brain break, or they'll read a book and then answer questions about it. Kindergarten is all about repetition. You don't have to be too aggressive with them. You have to let them know, hey, this is what we're doing next. Let's go to it. But it's all about repetition. And then getting home, like I said, first couple of weeks of school, they have name tags on the back of their book bags, so other adults will know what table they need to sit at. By the time 2nd or 3rd month come around, kids know where to go. Car riders stay with me, and like I said, we walk them down to the cafeteria and everything, and that's where dismissal happens. So they get it after time, but 1 or 2 will be like, I don't know where to go. But after a while, they get into it.
So one of the major things I'm taking from what Nisa is saying, your routines and how you transition and things have to be predictable. It has to be the same. The students have to know this is what I do. So once they expect it, You don't have to keep fussing at them.
Right.
They just know that's what they do next.
Yes.
So how would you explain how y'all teach these routines and reinforce them throughout the year? If I get from after spring break and all of a sudden I don't remember how to get in the line, surprisingly, how do you remind the students what to do if you see that they're not doing what they normally do?
We go back over everything just about every single day, telling them, hey, we're finna get in the line. Remember, straight line, one behind the other. We stand still in the hallway. What our expectations is, like, stay in your bubble, stay in your square, stay in your spot. In kindergarten, you definitely have to have a lot of patience because you are going to tell kids, get in line, stop doing it, turn around, sit down. That's my everyday vocabulary right now because they're kids. They're gonna, 5 and 6 year olds, they're gonna forget what to do here and there. All about your expectations and telling them, we got to do this if y'all want to do this. A lot of things we say is work a little, play a little. So they know
I like
once
that.
they
Real
work,
life, work a little, play a little.
once they get that work done, they
Mhm.
can have that fun. Because like I said, kindergarten is supposed to be fun. We have to let them know, like, you do this work, you're going to get the reward later on.
I like that. Here's what we're going to get to. You do this, then you can do that.
Right.
I have to tell myself that all the time. If I record so many videos, then maybe I can sit down and watch an episode on Netflix.
Hello.
But you're just getting them ready to what they have to do later on in life. So let's move on to behavior. It's kindergarten. It's all new to me. How do y'all manage behavior during the day? How does a student know if they're doing well? And then if there is a behavior problem, maybe Johnny usually has bad days, but today he had a really good day. How do you let the parents know that the student behavior is either good or bad?
Well, we are very different from a lot of kindergarten classes because a lot of kindergarten classes do use colors, do use cars. We don't necessarily use that. We use an app called Dojo.
Hold on real quick. So for the viewers who do not know, when she's talking about colors, there are some classes that green, you're doing good. Yellow, you got a little warning. Red, I gotta contact your parent.
You have to know.
She's saying that their school doesn't do that. So y'all do. You said,
We
what
do
do y'all
use
use?
Dojo.
How y'all use Class Dojo?
We use Class Dojo. Like I said, if a kid is not doing so well that day, my teacher, she'll message a parent or let them know, hey, such and such is having a rough day. If you mind talking to them when you get home, or we'll let them know, like, we did correct them or this happened. So they can know when they got home if the kids, oh, I did this today. They already know ahead of time when they get there. My teacher as well will tell a parent, hey, we'll send videos, we'll send pictures. Hey, they're having a good day. We did this in class and they were excited about it. So both ways we'll tell them good and bad. If a kid answers a question, we'll give them Skittles. We'll give them some little incentive that they're doing good, or we'll let them pick out the treasure box. They have a good day. So we don't do the colors, but we do have some kind of positive reinforcement to let parents know that they had a good day, or let the child know that they're having a good day.
How do the parents feel about getting messages through Dojo or getting those pictures or those videos? What's the parent engagement with that app?
Most of the time, all our parents love it because it's right there hands on. As soon as something happens, we're letting them know. Most of the parents feel like they're a part of the day as well, even though they're not actually there. They're like, oh, I got this picture of my child doing this throughout the day. So they love it. Also, they can let us know, like, hey, I'm gonna come check my child out, or such and such was having a rough morning. If they come in like that, we can know and be prepared for the day.
So it's a two-way communication.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good for y'all to real quick interaction with the parent, and then the parent can respond back to y'all really quick.
Yes.
Just imagine you just sent your child to school for the first time. They're in kindergarten. You get a picture of them coloring. Now you might cry at work, but it has to feel good to know that your child is at school, they're safe, and that they're learning.
Right.
All right. So as far as teaching, you have to sometimes reflect on your practices. How do you use feedback from maybe your students or your family or colleagues? So say if a student says they like the activity that y'all do y'all try to use it more? If a colleague say, oh, we're using this in our classroom and it's working very well, do y'all just take that and just note it, or try to use it with your students? How do you use any type of feedback that you may get from students, parents, or colleagues in your classroom or your management?
We definitely have open classroom. We always ask our students, was that fun?
What, you get the opinion of a 5-year-old?
Yes, we definitely
it
give
matters.
them, because
it affects them.
If they enjoy something, they'll be like, let's do this again. And it's something they can learn with. See, all kids don't learn the same. Yeah, we have kids that love music, so we love playing music. We have kids that like to just say the stuff and then they just do it that way. And how they learn. We always have meetings the first of the month. And hey, we're doing this in our classroom. Every teacher feedbacks on each other and be like,
who is the meeting with?
It's always like grade level, the chair. Everybody's in there, and so they let them know we're doing this in our class this week, or try this song, or try this game or something, because we love playing a game in our class.
Sounds fun. I love games.
So we always playing a game with our students, letting
Mhm.
them know that this is fun to do. One teacher had CVC words, like I said, it's a consonant, vowel, consonant. So it's like cat, like this. So they had a snowball fight. So you write a word on there, ball the paper up, and the kids in the classroom throwing paper at each other. Open the paper up, have to read the word. So they have to sound it out.
So you have to go get a snowball and then figure out what the word is.
Yes.
How do the kids pick their word? They just know,
like I said, they throwing it, and so you say stop or freeze. They pick up the paper that's in front of them, the one they have in their hand. They open it up. What is that word? Man, CAT or
who makes the
bed.
words? Do y'all put the words on there?
The teachers, we
Okay.
draw the words. So
I
it's
like
just
that.
like something fun. Kids gonna remember they had a snowball fight, but they was learning words at the
And they
same
gonna remember,
time.
oh, that time the second time I had bed.
Right.
I remember I had bed. They'll remember things like that.
Right.
I like that. You take the reflection from what the students say, which y'all do in that chair meeting. And do y'all ever have any feedback from parents that make y'all adjust your practices? Like, have you had that encounter?
Sometimes we do. We have parents that'll write us on those. My kids said we did this today. They had so much fun, or this was the best day at school. So we'll implement that until maybe next week, and we'll do it again. We don't do the same things every single day, but certain stuff we'll try to incorporate every week.
So it seems like you take feedback from all three of those: student, the parent, and your colleagues, and then adjust your practices as needed. So y'all not stuck into we have to do it this way.
Right.
You're trying to see what works best for your students. So keeping the kids first. So one thing I talk about on my channel is building relationships with students and how important it is to your classroom management and how well your classroom moves, depending on how the students feel that you feel about them. Right. So how do you build relationships with your students?
One way is, like I said, we do a lot of singing and